In the depths of a dense forest, there was a cabin hidden away from prying eyes. It was said that the cabin was cursed, its walls bearing witness to unspeakable horrors. Locals warned of the malevolent spirit that dwelled within, whispering tales of a vengeful entity known as the Shadow Walker. One stormy night, a young couple named Alex and Mia sought refuge from the pouring rain and decided to take shelter in the cursed cabin. Ignoring the warnings of the villagers, they believed the stories to be mere superstition. As they entered the cabin, a shiver ran down their spines. The air felt heavy, and an eerie silence enveloped them. The couple tried to dismiss their unease, convinced they were safe from harm. As the night wore on, strange occurrences unfolded. Objects moved on their own accord, and whispers echoed through the rooms. Mia's reflection in the mirror seemed distorted, as if being pulled into another realm. Alex and Mia realized too late that they had trespassed into the domain of the Shadow Walker. Terrified, they frantically searched for an exit, but the cabin seemed to twist and turn, leading them deeper into its sinister depths. Their pleas for help went unanswered, drowned out by the echoing laughter of the malevolent spirit. As the night turned into an endless nightmare, the couple's sanity began to crumble. Shadows danced at the corners of their vision, and their own thoughts seemed to betray them. They were trapped in a twisted game orchestrated by the vengeful entity. In a final act of desperation, Alex and Mia discovered an ancient book hidden within the cabin. Its pages contained an incantation rumored to banish the Shadow Walker. With trembling hands, they recited the words, their voices filled with desperation and hope. Suddenly, the cabin shook violently, as if the very fabric of reality was being torn asunder. The malevolent presence wailed in agony, its power weakening. In a blinding flash of light, the cabin vanished, leaving behind only an empty clearing in the forest. Alex and Mia stumbled out of the clearing, their bodies bruised and their spirits broken. They had survived their encounter with the Shadow Walker, but the scars of that night would forever haunt them. From that day forward, the cursed cabin was never seen again, its dark secrets buried deep within the forest. And the legend of the Shadow Walker served as a chilling reminder that some entities are better left undisturbed, their wrath capable of consuming the souls of those who dare to cross their path. The lighthouse had stood for centuries, guiding ships safely through treacherous waters. But as night fell and darkness enveloped the town, a sinister presence awakened within its walls. Legend had it that the lighthouse was haunted by the ghost of a former lighthouse keeper named Samuel. Samuel had dedicated his life to guiding ships to safety, but a tragic shipwreck claimed the lives of his beloved wife and daughter. Consumed by grief and guilt, Samuel took his own life within the lighthouse, forever binding his spirit to its crumbling structure. One stormy night, a curious photographer named Sarah ventured to the lighthouse, drawn by its eerie beauty. Armed with her camera, she sought to capture the ethereal essence of the abandoned structure. Little did she know that she was about to encounter the restless spirit of Samuel. As Sarah ascended the spiral staircase, her footsteps echoed through the empty tower. The wind howled outside, rattling the windows, and the flickering beam of the lighthouse cast eerie shadows on the walls. The air grew heavy with an otherworldly presence. Upon reaching the top, Sarah was greeted by a chilling sight. Samuel's ghostly figure materialized before her, his eyes filled with sorrow and longing. He beckoned her closer, his ethereal hand outstretched. Compelled by a mix of fear and curiosity, Sarah cautiously approached. Samuel's voice, a mere whisper, filled her ears, recounting the story of his tragic past. He yearned for closure, for someone to hear his tale and understand his pain. Sarah, moved by Samuel's plight, promised to help him find peace. She snapped a photograph, capturing his forlorn visage. As the flash illuminated the room, a sense of tranquility washed over the lighthouse. Samuel's ghostly form began to fade, carried away by a gentle breeze. From that day forward, the lighthouse stood as a beacon of hope rather than a realm of darkness. Locals spoke of the photographer who captured the spirit's final moments, forever freeing Samuel's tormented soul. To this day, the lighthouse stands tall, its light piercing through the night, guiding ships to safety. And the legend of Samuel's ghost serves as a reminder that even in death, there is the possibility of finding redemption and releasing the chains of the past. Tales of a malevolent spirit that haunted its decaying halls. The ghost, known as the Spectre of Shadows, was said to be the tormented soul of a former resident who met a tragic end. Curiosity got the better of a group of adventurous teenagers who decided to explore the haunted house one moonlit night. Armed with flashlights and trembling with anticipation, they crept through the creaking doorway, unaware of the horrors that awaited them. As they ventured deeper into the house, the air grew heavy with a chilling presence. Shadows danced on the walls, seemingly alive with a sinister energy. The temperature plummeted, sending icy tendrils of fear down their spines. Whispers echoed through the corridors, voices carried on a spectral wind. The group pressed on, their hearts pounding in their chests. Each step seemed to echo through the house, as if awakening its dormant spirits. Suddenly, a figure materialized before them, bathed in an ethereal glow. The specter of shadows stood tall, its eyes burning with an otherworldly fire. Its moans filled the air, a mournful symphony of despair and anguish. Terrified, the group tried to escape, but the house seemed to twist and turn, leading them deeper into its labyrinthine corridors. The walls closed in, trapping them within its spectral embrace. Desperation consumed them as they realized they were at the mercy of the vengeful ghost. One by one, the teens succumbed to the malevolent power of the specter. Their terrified screams echoed through the house, intermingling with the ghostly wails of the trapped souls that came before them. Days turned into weeks, and the house stood as a foreboding monument to the tragedy that unfolded within its walls. Locals avoided it, fearful of awakening the dormant spirits. The legend of the Spectre of Shadows grew, a cautionary tale whispered in hushed tones. To this day, the haunted house remains a chilling reminder that some places are forever haunted by the restless souls of the past. The Spectre of Shadows continues to roam, forever bound to the decaying mansion, eternally seeking solace and revenge.